We just found the 22nd term from part A, so now we're going to find the 60th term in part B when a sub 1 equals negative 5, d equals negative 2. Again, remember first classify d, a sub 1, and n. D we're told is negative 2, so we know it's going minus 2, minus 2, minus 2. A sub 1 is negative 5, and n we're looking for the 60th term is 60. So again, we know that our formula is a sub n equals a sub 1 plus, in parentheses, n minus 1 times d. So let's just fill that in now. A sub 60 equals negative 5 plus, in parentheses, 60 minus 1 times our common difference of negative 2. 60 minus 1 is 59. So we have a sub 60 equals negative 5 plus 59 times negative 2. 59 times negative 2 is our next step. So we have a sub 60 equals negative 5 plus 59 times negative 2 is going to give me negative 118. So it's just minus 118 because plus and negative is just minus. So a sub 60 equals negative 123. So if you would keep going, minus 5, minus 5, minus 5, you get negative 123. I would like for you to try these ones on your own. Hit pause, try them all on your own, and then I will give you the answers. All right, you've hit pause. You should have had a sub 1 equals 11. You found your common difference to be negative 6 because you went minus 6 on each one of these. You should have said that n equals 60 again. So you had a sub 60 equals 11 plus, in parentheses, 60 minus 1 times your common difference of negative 6. 60 minus 1 again is 59. 11 plus 59 times negative 6. 59 times negative 6 equals negative 354. Plus a negative is just minus. We have 11 minus 354. So a sub 60, you need to have that a sub 60 equals negative 343. Last but not least, letter D. You knew a sub 1 equals negative 2. Your difference is negative 3. And n equals 18. So a sub 18 equals negative 2 plus, in parentheses, 18 minus 1 times negative 3. 18 minus 1 is 17. Negative 2 plus 17 times negative 3. 17 times negative 3 gives you negative 51. Negative 2 minus 51 equals negative 53. So a sub 18 equals negative 53. Letter E says find the next 3 terms. Notice they are all fractions. Let's, in order to do this, make your fractions have a common denominator. It's really hard to compare fractions if you don't have a common denominator. So here we have 1/10, so that's good. We'll leave it as 1/10. 0 is just 0 over 10. Negative 1/10. To make this have a denominator of 5, we have to multiply them both by 2. So you get negative 2 over 10. Now it's a lot easier for me to see the pattern. To get from 1/10 to 0/10, you subtract 1/10. To get from 0/10 to negative 1/10, you subtract 1/10. From negative 1/10 to negative 2/10, you subtract 1/10. So to find the next 3 terms, we need to subtract 1/10. Negative 2/10 minus 1/10 is negative 3/10. Minus 1/10 is negative 4/10. Negative 5/10. But my final answer is not going to be what's here in black. It's going to be what I'm going to write here down in red. Negative 3/10, negative 2/5, and negative 5/10, and negative 1/2. Sorry, 5/10 needs to simplify to negative 1/2. This is my answer because you had to simplify your fractions. So now we have a car. This is where you use the arithmetic sequence. An odometer, that just tells you how far your car has gone. Read 60,473. Every day the car is driven 54 miles. What is the odometer reading 20 days later? We know that it is changing by a common amount every day. So I know that I can use an arithmetic sequence. I need to first figure out what my first term is, the difference, and n. Now, a sub 1 is where it is today. Well, right now, it's 60,473. When the car is driven 54 miles, it is going positive. This is going to get larger. So my d is positive 54, and I want to know 20 days later, so that is my n. So now when I plug it in, I have a sub 20 equals 60,473 plus 20 minus 1 times 24. 20 minus 1 is 19. 60,473 plus 19 times 24. Now we do our multiplication because that's what comes next in PEMDAS. 60,473 plus 19 times 24 is 1,026. Last but not least, we know that it has gone, if you add them up, 61,769. So a sub 20, and it would be miles. You could write a sentence that says, the odometer reads 61,769 miles. So people do use this with their cars. The next question says, the same car is due for maintenance in 65,000 miles. If the driver goes over the mileage without getting their maintenance, his warrant will be void. The driver needs to make sure he schedules an appointment before that day in the sequence. Before what day? So if we're looking for what day, we know that we're looking for n. We have here a sub 1, d, n is what we're looking for, so I'm going to call that x. We are using the same car, so we know that the d is still going to be 54. Again, the odometer still reads 60,473. I'm looking for n, but I know that that term is 65,000 miles. So I knew that a sub n equals 65,000 miles. I know whatever term I'm looking for. I know what the term is. I just don't know what number it is in the sequence. So if I fill it in, I get 65,000 equals 60,473 plus, I don't know what n is, I don't know what number in the sequence it is, n minus 1 times my difference of 54. Now this one, there's a couple of things that you could do. We are looking for n, so we could save the best for last, and we could subtract our other term, 60,473 first, minus 60,473. 5 goes to 4, 10 to 9, 10 to 9. 10 minus 3 is 7, 9 minus 7 is 2, 9 minus 4 is 5, 4 minus 0 is 4. So 4,527 equals, in parentheses, n minus 1 times 54. Since this whole thing is being multiplied by 54, if we simply divide both sides by 54, my 54s are going to cancel. And whenever I divide 4,527 by 54, take a minute, plug that in your calculator. 4,527 divided by 54, you should get 83.88. 83.83. So I'm just going to move it over here and say 83.83 equals n minus 1. Add 1 to both sides, and you get 84.84 equals n. So it's somewhere in the middle there, but let's think about it realistically. If he went on the 85th day, that'd be too long. So he has to make sure he gets it in 84 days. Okay. Our last thing is we have a little closure here. It says on your notes there's a closure, and I want you to try it on your own. And then you may start your homework.